Just yeah, it's loading up now. So I think you were basically saying that with the group dynamic, there is the ability to see things so much clearer and to accelerate the transformation that's possible.
Absolutely, this is the case. When you're in that group dynamic, it helps almost literally like it's pulling you. You know, it's almost like it magnetizes you to transform and to experience the resolutions in ways which are going to be far more harmonious and far more, I guess you could say, empowering.
Yeah.
Because really that's the essence of what it's about.
Yeah.
Empowering of oneself. And obviously within the group dynamic, you're all there to embrace and support one another in that journey of self-empowerment. And so absolutely, just to wrap it up again, I cannot emphasize enough the importance of being in a group and to allow yourself to open up, being gentle to yourself, simply being transparent, being honest with yourself. And obviously within the group dynamic, you're all supporting the energy, transparency, openness, which facilitates the accelerated transformations more efficiently.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's so, that's why I think this group thing is excellent, because it's an amazing way to tap into the energy of each other. So it's not just, you're not just struggling on your own, like you were saying. And that ability to get raw, to go inside and get honest and do so and be witnessed by others, but do so in a safe space is like nothing else, you know, because most of the time we cannot get that vulnerable around the people that we live and work with, because for one reason or another. And we need that. We need that ability to do that so that we can do that inner reflection that we were talking about. So I couldn't agree more. And I am super grateful to you for taking time out of your busy schedule, because it was crazy with trying to get this. And I still feel guilty. I owe you a dinner. But okay. I really appreciate it. Because I think this is a really important message for all of us ladies here to hear, is that there is a way to use this group, this free group here, this resource, to actually affect change in your own internal relationship with yourself, as well as your relationship with your partner. And that's some powerful stuff. So when we focus on the positive, when we focus on framing our words and our language in such a way that takes away blame, it's actually training our mind to see ourselves in a better light, and to see our partners in a better light, and basically to see everyone in a better light, which can only make things better for everybody involved. So these little things that seem like they're minute, but they can actually be very powerful in affecting change. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today.
Yeah, you're absolutely welcome. And literally, just to flow with what you expressed there, one of the things which you're touching upon is the fact that there is a principle in life, which is life ultimately is about the continuous expression and expansion, and that's facilitated through joy and growth. Okay, and therefore, when we say life, we're talking inclusively. That means every element of life. So this is the fundamental drive, the evolutionary impulse of life. And so when we align with this individually and obviously collectively, what happens is we are able to facilitate, it's almost like you're jumping on a current, you know, instead of you going against the grain, you're now jumping on the current in the flow, you're flowing with the current of life. Okay, so how that's applied on a practical level is holding each other in your purest, most hardcore desired visions that you would have for your pure, true, authentic, joyous, loveful, romanticful relationship with your loved one. You see? In other words, embracing that pure, creative, positive, hardcore desired potential. Okay, because that's the seed that you're planting. Now, obviously, when I say embracing it, you obviously have one for yourself. Of course you do, because you are the center of your focus, ultimately. You are the center of your universe. Now, when we apply this focus with the intent of facilitating that for others, this is when we get to see the true nature of miracles, because now we are allowing ourselves to align with the impulse of life, which is to facilitate the growth of all expressions of life. So when you're holding a vision, you're empowering the vision for another within the group. You're literally allowing yourself to receive a feedback. You're setting up the feedback loop whereby what you give out comes back. And obviously this is no acronym. We all know this. What you give out comes back. It's been told and expressed in many ways for thousands of years. But when we apply this principle in a group dynamic, we will get to see the true nature of the beauty and the magic that flows and comes back to you in the pathways of solution that are presented to you. You see, because now you've aligned yourself with that core creative life principle, which is to facilitate the expression of greater degrees of expansion in harmony of life with life for others. You see? So this is the thing, we apply these things practically, and with that heart-centered intent, move forward.
Yes, I think my mind was just blown. I think I just had a mind-blowing moment. Thank you. Because this is what it's all about. So I really honor you spending the time to talk with us today, to share your wisdom with us. This is definitely something that I'm going to go back and review and really take in bite-sized pieces, because you just laid some heavy, serious, just truth on us just now. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed sharing, being with you.
Always. It's always a pleasure. So I'm sure this won't be the last time that we'll see you here in the group. So until the next time, for everybody in the group, Joseph's Facebook group is the link is also in the description. He's currently using his gifts to serve social entrepreneurs. So if you are a social entrepreneur or you know one who would be interested in learning from this great wise one here, please let them know about the group or check it out yourself. He's definitely an awesome resource. And what he says is true. When you surround yourself with intention, and he obviously brings that intention. So if you're like, well, I don't know anybody who brings that intention. Well, now you do, you know Joseph. So go ahead and join his group and learn from him and get inspired, because this is what this guy does. He's always like this. I try to keep up with Joseph. I can't, because he's just always like mind blowing. I'm always like, woo, I just had a serious dose of truth just now. So appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much.
So take care until the next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.